Where the hell's the DVD?
DVD was gone when I got it.
Really? I catch you red-handed, gloved hands, that safe wide open? You're gonna tell me your sister didn't send you down here to steal that DVD? Why don't you give it to me, Johnny?
Like I said, Rick, I don't have it.
Fine. We'll just call the police.
You do that. And then you can tell them how you've been withholding evidence in the shooting of a child. Like I said, I didn't take the DVD and I don't know who did.
What's the problem? And who are you?
John Zacchara.
As in brother of Claudia Zacchara?
Claire, where did you put the DVD?
In the safe, as you requested. It was logged in according to Walton Bigelow's standard procedure.
Wow. Looks like the two of you have a hell of a problem on your hands. Let me know if I can help.
How could the DVD be gone?
I don't even know how the safe got open. Only the senior partners have a combination.
I need for you to get a log on every single person, every visitor who came into this office today. My life depends on finding that DVD.
Rick, what in the world is going on? You asked me to write up a document stating that in the event of your death, the DVD would go to your brother Sonny.
It was an insurance policy in more ways than one.
What do you mean?
It's complicated, Claire.
We're protected by attorney-client privilege here. And Rick, as your friend, I would never breathe a word.
All right. The DVD proves that Sonny's wife, Claudia, is responsible for his son Michael's shooting.
Wow, that's explosive information.
Yeah, look, Michael's in a coma. He's not expected to recover. Sonny would give anything to know the truth.
It never occurred to you to go to the police?
I was using the DVD as leverage. Okay, now I need it to save my life. Sonny is half convinced that I'm the one who put his son Michael in a coma. Michael was shot about a year ago in the Corintho Market Coffee Warehouse. The shooter was aiming for Sonny, but then the bullet ricocheted and hit Michael instead.
Did they ever catch the shooter?
Yes. It's a doctor named Ian Devlin. He died in an altercation, and I use that term loosely with Sonny's enforcer, Jason. It was suspected that he wasn't acting alone, but it was never proved.
Until you found it.
Right, exactly. About a month ago, I found a DVD that Jerry Jack sent to Sonny's wife, Claudia. In it, it reveals a conspiracy about the shooting, that it was all between Ian Devlin, Jerry Jacks, and Claudia.
Well, why didn't you tell your brother right away?
It's not important, okay, Claire? Look, I've never been a choir boy. You know that about me. But there was a substantial reward in it for me at the end.
Okay, Rick, look, I understand. And I'm here to help you, not to judge, okay?
Yeah, well, it's nice, but I think I might be beyond help at this point.
Okay, let's take this step by step, okay? Now, how did you become a suspect in the shooting?
Well, Sonny's rabid enforcer, Jason, hates my guts, you know. He fully expects that I'm the guilty party in this.
Well, why didn't you just exonerate yourself by showing Sonny this DVD?
I tried, but it was blank, and now the copy has been stolen out of the safe. Claire, somebody wants me blamed for what happened to Michael.
You really should get a better lock for that door.
Jerry? What are you doing here?
Take a guess. Think hard.
Look, if it's about the DVDs that you've been sending to
Correct.
Claudia.
On the very first try. You see, I gather you've been using my DVDs to make mischief. Unfortunately for you, I don't approve of such creative license, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop you.
So it was you. All of it.
Surprise. Bad idea you had of inserting yourself in my little game. Running around threatening people with DVDs that don't belong to you. That's not very sporting.
So let me get this straight. You make a series of DVDs implicating Claudia and Michael's shooting, and then you don't want any of them to surface. Why are you protecting her?
I'm protecting the only people in the world that mean the most to me. My brother, and consequently his wife.
I realize you're the man with the gun, so you don't have to tell me anything, but I wouldn't mind knowing how you fit in all of this.
Don't if you really want to know. Ian Devlin and I were working a drug smuggling ring. I facilitated, he distributed, we split the profits, very nice and clean. And then Ian got greedy and accepted a contract on Sonny.
Yeah, of which you facilitated.
Yes, just another business transaction. I wasn't going to shed any tears on Sonny's demise, but You see, unfortunately, Michael was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that ricocheting bullet makes me complicit in the most tragic event in Carly's life.
Why is Carly such a motivating factor for you?
Well, she's my brother's wife. What happens to Carly, good, bad, or indifferent, affects Jax. Now, if Carly found out that I played a part in Michael's shooting, however peripheral, she would find Jax guilty by association, you see? Not intentionally, but eventually she wouldn't be able to stop herself. She'd blame him.
But Jax had nothing to do with what happened that night.
Well, Jax is the reason I avoided prison when I took the Metro Court hostage. He is the reason why I am free to begin this chain of unfortunate events that culminated in the loss of Carly's son. Now, I'm not going to have my brother lose his wife because of me. Ergo, I have to remove all traces of self from this sordid affair. Starting with you.
I don't get it. Look, you got away clean. Everybody bought it. Jerry Jax dies in a boat explosion. Damn is sold to hell. Why would you leave DVDs as a loose end?
Well, that's a good question, actually. But, you see, I fell prey to my affection for the game. And I thought Claudia would be a more worthy adversary. You see, I get easily bored. It's my fatal flaw. So I tried to engage Claudia in a chase. I was going to lead her back to the DVD, and then she would have found and disposed of the incriminating discs, and the world would have kept on spinning. But then you blundered in.
So this whole elaborate scam was for the puny purposes of alleviating your boredom and making Claudia squirm? Or was it something a little bit more noble, Jerry? Like Claudia got off too easily for her part in Michael's shooting, and you wanted to see her pay in some way.
Don't ascribe noble intentions to me. I hit on Claudia, she turned me down, it made me mad, and now you make me mad.
Okay, you really want to kill me?
Well, the question is, what do I get for keeping you alive?
My silence. And my possible participation in any further ventures that you may want to undertake against any number of people.
I'll accept that, for now. But betray me at your own risk.
So am I to assume that, from what you said, that Claudia had absolutely no part in Michael's shooting?
Didn't your mom ever tell you? Never assume.
Get lost, will you? You're acting like I'm having a death wish. And you're here to help that along? Get in line.
You're going to stop lying about Claudia. Then you're going to stop trying to convince Sonny that she's part of this conspiracy to get Michael Corintho shot.
Well, actually, it's a conspiracy against Sonny, but let's not nitpick. But you know what the interesting thing is, Johnny? What you just said does not equate to my sister is innocent.
If Sonny turns on Claudia and so much as harms a hair on her head, I will kill you with my bare hands.
Well, thank you, Johnny. Not that I need convincing. But you showing up here with that edge of desperation in your eyes convinces me that your sister is as guilty as sin. You know, I'm very good at puzzles. You know, putting pieces together to form a picture. Then I draw conclusions. It's what makes me a very, very good lawyer. I also have a very good memory. And I vividly remember you and Claudia being at the hospital the night of Michael's shooting, and you were very upset.
A child had just been shot.
Yes, a child that you barely knew. No, I think it was more like you and Claudia were freaking out because Devlin screwed up and he shot Michael instead. You've been involved in this from the very beginning, haven't you?
You spin all the wild scenarios you want. Just know one thing. You stay alive as long as my sister stays safe, and not 1 minute longer.
Well, given the fact that none of us are in the possession of the DVDs that can blow this whole thing sky high, I'd say it's out of our hands.
Just taking some aspirin for this horrible headache that I have. Sonny's not here, by the way. I can tell him you came by.
I'm actually here to see you.
What? Shall we flatter? You haven't exactly been rope friendly to me lately.
Rick claims you were working with Jerry Jackson.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. I shouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, come on. We're talking about a pathological
You seem pretty convinced that you were responsible for Michael getting shot.
Are you kidding me with
No,
this?
he insisted right here that we play that DVD.
Yeah, but there was nothing on the DVD, Jason. The DVD was blank. You know what? I can't believe this. I thought that you would be the one person on the planet who would not believe Rick's lie. I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at myself.
For what?
For getting involved with Rick in the first place, because it was stupid and incredibly naive.
No one would ever call you naive.
I thought I could use it to my advantage. He was smart, and obviously he knew all the players, and I wasn't exactly in anybody's good favor. My father hated me, Sonny didn't trust me, my brother didn't want anything to do with the organization. So I went to Rick. I befriended him. I slept with him.
It worked for your father. You knew this guy was a liar and a manipulator.
I know, but I thought that I could use that to my advantage. Work him. Turns out he worked me instead.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Look, you know better than anybody that Rick's entire life is about his obsession with Sonny. You know that. And the minute that Sonny and I got together, it really hit the fan. Rick started pressuring me about keeping that affair going. It was like once I married Sonny, it made him want me even more. And then he also was trying to get me to give him all of Sonny's secrets. Business secrets, personal secrets, whatever I can get my hands on.
What was he going to do with it?
What do you think he was going to do with it? He was going to give it to the cops and put Sonny away for the rest of his life. Preferably with you in the cell next to him, at which point Rick was going to take over the organization.
Did you give him the information?
No, I didn't give him the information. Of course I didn't give him the information. Rick vowed revenge. That's what this is. He's putting his crime on me. I'm not the reason that Michael got shot, and I'm not responsible for it. Rick is.
Michael was shot by accident. The intended victim was Sonny.
Which is why it makes perfect sense that Rick ordered the hit.
No, at the time, you had a lot more reason to want Sonny dead than Rick. Sonny, he kidnapped Johnny, he beat him up, he tried to push your family out of Port Charles.
Right, that's exactly why Rick thinks he can pin it on me. But I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
It's your word against Rick's.
Okay, so go on then. Go on and find proof. That's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for proof that you can pin this on me. So you go ahead, and when you figure out that Rick is guilty, then you'll know that I'm innocent.
You know, you're trying really hard to convince me right now.
I am. You're damn right I am. Because Michael's lying in a coma. Because it's something that had absolutely nothing to do with him and everything to do with the stupid adults in his life. And Rick's responsible.
Okay, how do I know you're not telling me exactly what I want to hear?
I've seen the way that Rick talks to you. Come on. I know how he treats you.
I don't care how Rick treats me. I don't care. I want to know what the truth is. That's what I want to know.
There never was a DVD from Jerry Jacks. This was a plan that Rick had to plant a seed of doubt in Sonny's mind against me. That was your original instinct, and you were right. You were right, Jason.
I owe it to Michael to find out who was responsible for his shooting.
You said so yourself. Rick was desperate to pin the crime on somebody. I'm the obvious choice. And Rick is smart enough to do a good job of framing me.
I can believe it's Rick. I can. But if I'm wrong, and it was you who got Michael shot, I'm going to find out. And I'm going to make you pay, Claudia.